people. It's been a while. How y'all mother loving doing?
I thought my lighting was going to be totally different. So I just have a ring light on tonight. I don't have like the regular lights on, but I guess it's not different.
You got a new ring light or something?
The ring light.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, this is the first time I just used it just with my ring light and not the room light.
Oh, it looks good. It looks
yeah.
like
I'm like,
I can see all of you.
You're like the forehead.
You know, Miss Cat, I ain't got my coffee, so I'm not really in my mojo.
I don't have my tea tonight. I have ice, but no tea.
Miss Cat, you want to take a moment right now, go get your tea, and I'll go get my coffee? Because I really want to go get my coffee right now.
I don't think we should just leave everybody here.
I'm going to go get my damn coffee. Miss Cat is going to get her tea. Okay? We'll play some music. And we're going to get this thing popping.
We allege that Live Nation has illegally monopolized markets across the live concert industry in the United States for far too long. It is time to break it up. We allege that to sustain this dominance, Live Nation relies on unlawful, anti-competitive conduct to exercise its monopolistic control over the live events industry in the United States and over the fans, artists, independent promoters, and venues that power the industry.
I was on tour and I was traveling through Colorado. I was going through Bend, Colorado. And we had a meeting with AEG. And somehow one of the other guys thought it was okay to take up another meeting with someone else. Why he had this meeting, he probably didn't know at the time, but it was a conflict of interest with AEG. AEG is like, you know, competitors of Live Nation. AEG is the competitors.
I'm like, how are they a monopoly if?
Well, check. At that time, they were just going around getting with local venues and teaming up with local bars, right? Your dive bars, right? All the independent spots. I end up telling someone like, yo, bro, they going around buying up all the spots. I used to say this all the time. Live Nation is buying up all the spots. Yes, if you want to get a good venue to perform at, it's going to be fucking hard because you got to work out a deal with Live Nation. And in order to do that, you got to be signed to a label, right? And then what's the likelihood of an artist getting signed to a label?
So I'm like, how are they a monopoly if?
Well, check. At that time, they were just going around getting with local venues and teaming up with local bars, right? Your dive bars, right? All the independent spots. I end up telling someone like, yo, bro, they going around buying up all the spots. I used to say this all the time. Live Nation is buying up all the spots. Yes, if you want to get a good venue to perform at, it's going to be fucking hard because you got to work out a deal with Live Nation.
Okay, so here's what I understand is if they had the money and the resources to buy these venues, why are we saying that they're doing something unlawful? What's wrong with a business saying, hey, we have the money, we have the resources, we're going to, if this venue decides that they want to sell it to us, we're going to take it. Excuse me. They weren't forcing a venue like, hey, with a gun to their head, like, sell me this or die.
But do you need to, Miss Cat?
If you're trying to make sure you capture all the artists that are up and coming and you're trying to get ticket sales and keep your company afloat, then I could see, and you have the money to do it, wouldn't you?
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of artists on Live Nation, like I don't see a lot of artists on Live Nation. They usually be like a lot of white groups.
Miss Cat, there are so many artists that's under Live Nation. That's why Live Nation is making money the way they are.
No, right? I mean, I see Live Nation ads all the time, but I mean, my thing is that's not, I never saw it as they were monopolizing it because you can still go to Ticketmaster and other places if that person registered with Ticketmaster. Miss Cat, hold on. Like right now, you can get Dion Cole tickets or what's his name? Brian McKnight just had a concert last week. Anyway, you can get his tickets off different platforms. You know what I mean? So That's how I don't see how Live Nation is actually monopolizing when you can still use other platforms to buy tickets at the exact same venue. I just think that there's some people that are like haters and they're just trying to like kill them off for making money because they're doing it better than they are. They're marketing their company better. They're packaging their products better. And so instead of like trying to sue them and get rid of them, why not follow, their pattern and do your own company?
If I control the production, the writers, the artists, when the artists go out, when the artists make money, how they make money, and then I'm making 4 times as much as what the artist has to pay me back in a year. So if the $1 million is what I gave them, but I'm making $4 million a night, and then I'm charging up the rate, so I'm charging people a lot more. That's why Taylor Swift had an issue with Live Nation, because they were upcharging tickets way crazy. That was just like, come on, her fans have a hard time paying that fucking ticket, right? Like there was an issue with that because Live Nation were over capitalizing.
Artists need to look at the contract and have their attorneys, tweak the contract to where, hey, we can't have our tickets over X amount of money. If we're getting paid this, we don't want our tickets over X amount of money.
It definitely has a lot to do with who you know and what you know. And if you with certain people, see, like I don't like this. I don't like when artists cry about a deal after they made their notoriety got fucking huge, right? And then now they can go off and kind of live and make their own thing. Instead of just saying, yo, I took the bait, I took what I took, they got me for this, but now I made my name, so now I can go on and make my own money. Right? I bought myself out my contract and go and make my own money. The contract was this, blah, 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 but you enjoy the ride. You didn't say nothing the first 10 days of the show. You said something the first 40 days of the show. You get me up the tour. You know what I mean? I don't think it's fair for a company who's based around promotions to control to control beverage sales, food sales. Like, I'm bringing the people here. I should make money off that $20 taco that y'all charging that person. I should make at least $5 from that.
See, that's where I disagree, because I'm like, you didn't build.
Hold on. Nobody brought the people. Wait. The venue didn't bring the people. Live Nation didn't bring the people. I brought the people. They're my fans.
But hold on.
I sold out the venue, and now I can't make money off of them. Hold on.
No, I think that's being greedy. I think that artists should get. Hold on. I think the artists should get money off the tickets they sell, but they didn't bring their own food people. They didn't hire the food people. That there's a cost to being able to provide food. So what if the venue says, "Hey, you can use our venue, but we're not going to have alcohol, no nuts, no drinks, no nothing."
Nobody's saying that the artist should take the whole bill.
They shouldn't take any of it.
The artist should have a percentage of food sales. I'm telling you, that's show business. When I go to venues, when I would tour, that's how it runs in the show world. I get a piece of the door, I get a piece of the fucking bar, I get a piece of the food sales. That's just how it runs. I'm bringing the people. I'm entertaining the show. This is why musicians or artists do not like when other people who are not involved in this world come in this world and start capitalizing, because the severity of how things are maneuvered, we eat, breathe, live this. So just because I made $1,000 at the door, I still can make an extra $1,000 from the bar.
I disagree.
That's crazy.
The reason why I disagree is because as a business owner, if you are providing,
you're making money, period. If I didn't bring the people, you were going to make money, period. See, once I understood how
the liability lies on the owner of that facility to provide the food, to provide the drinks, to provide the employees. I mean, come on.
You gotta understand, these niggas gonna make money anyway. It's a fucking bar. It's gonna make money anyway, Miss Cat. So I'm bringing entertainment to this spot. Because you can't pay me my regular fee, you got to break off the half of this night. I would bring, if I go do a college bar, Miss Cat, they would pay me 2 racks, open bar. Like I get an open bar, also 20% from the bar. So it's not like they get everything, right? It's just that after a certain amount of dollars, you would start getting a percentage after the bar and everybody's made their money. You start making a percentage off of that. And that's what I'm saying. That's how artists are able to still sustain themselves and make $5,000, $7,000 for the night. Everything is because they got to pay out gas, band, people, management, copyrights, artist shit.
Yeah, I get that too, but
there's a fee that I have to pay as a business owner too, just like it's a fee that you got to pay as a business owner. So it's not like they get everything, right? Only thing is, I'm bringing the entertainment to your establishment. But now there's a third party company who calls themselves a promotional company, right? Which they are, right? They promote for your tour, right? That's
yeah,
their
but
job.
you ain't doing it. No one knows you're there.
Right, but that's their job, just promotions. At first, they didn't start out like that, Miss Cat. I just told you earlier. They went out to bars. I was one of the artists or bands that was in bands that where Live Nation was going through and trying to buy up the little guy band and buy up the little venue. Now we're talking over the course of 20 years, and I think Jay-Z got with them after 3 to 5 years. You get what I mean? As soon as Jay-Z got with them, he opened a whole plethora of venues for them. So now they had
but he also was trying to block some people he didn't like from being able to perform. They were talking about how he didn't.
Right, we're talking about business. Right? So we're talking about business. He saw it as a way for him to have easier promotion. So what did he do? He teamed up with Live Nation. Live Nation did all their promotion, all his administration, and they got to trade off with getting bigger venues. Richard started raising their cap, and they was able to go around and get other artists to put in other venues. So while they're working with Jay-Z getting that money, they're going over taking this venue and putting the artists in that venue and packing it out, putting the artists in that venue. So they kind of, you get this snowball effect to where now they're just upcharging 10x, right? And I knew it was going to come to a day where the DOJ would say something. I knew that. But here's the part.
It was going to be 10 years ago. It's like, we've been waiting for 10 years for somebody to say something.
I got to a place in my career, we sold out 10,000 people at Jones Beach. I mean, it was like the height of everything for me. And it was right around the time I figured out how my Live Nation contract worked. And it was right around the time I figured out how my record deal actually worked.
And how did that make you feel?
It was like panic attacks. It was like, oh my gosh, if A plus B equals C, I'm never going to pay this back. I'm going to be on the road 11 months a year just trying to pay back. Live Nation, they're getting everybody coming 12 ways, 12 times a Tuesday.
Are you with Live Nation?
No, I paid myself out of the deal. And then I had to pay 25% extra on what they advanced me. When you figure that out on the road and you're thinking, man, why did we buy 300 rolls of toilet paper? Why do we have to spend this much on catering every day? Wait a second, what? In my contract it says,
because it's not their money.
You got to spend this much on catering and it comes out of my pocket?
Yeah.
But then I have to pay in advance back? And by the way, the advance that you have to give me is only on hard ticket sales. So the concept's called peanuts, parking, and alcohol. When I sell out 10,000 people at Jones Beach, the person who buys a $20 hot dog, I don't see a dime of that. The person who buys $40 for parking, I don't see a dime of that. And the person who buys $20 vodka and Red Bull, I don't see a dime of that. And then you advance me $1 million and tell me I'm rich to then find out that you're making $4 million a night. It takes me 36 shows to pay back the $1 million you advanced me.
It's a loan.
It's a fake loan.
It's a fake loan that it's like, we're going to give you a loan so you can make our money off of your creation.
And then it hit me, oh my gosh, they own all the venues. It's a monopoly. So then now they just want my body in this room so they can sell food and alcohol. So then they're going to make tons of money. And then they got me like schlepping around the United States talking about, I want to be famous. So when you figure that out, Joe Schmo pays $20 for a hot dog and I don't see that. And if I'm only making my advance back on hard ticket sales, that means I have to sell out every single venue in order to not go in the red because I'm only paying my advance back on hard ticket sales. And by the way, they reserve the right in the contract to put the tickets on sale. So when it's $100 a ticket and they do their summer blowout sale, the tickets are only $10. So instead of me paying back $90 a ticket, right before I go on tour, they drop a John Bellion sale and the tickets are only $10.
Why is your attorney not looking at this stuff? I guarantee you there's major artists who aren't going through the same thing.
What, Miss Cat? Miss Cat could go on TikTok and I should have did that. There's artists right now, Miss Cat, that are.
Do you think Beyonce's getting $1 million advance and taking 46 shows to pay it off?
He's not Beyonce, and
well,
Beyonce.
I'm saying she got an attorney.
Hold on.
We gotta
stop. Let's do it. Let's go there though. Let's go there. Do you think Beyonce is making some money from the ticket? From the parking.
From the parking.
From parking. Do you think she's making a percentage off of parking?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know people's contracts. I don't know enough about that to know. I just know, I guarantee you, certain people aren't getting rushed over like other people are.
Do you think she's making money off the food that is being sold there? Because they upcharging the food. So do you think she's making money off some of the food since they upcharging?
What I can say is her contract is very different than what his is. Wait a minute. Like, just like how he figured it out, now that he knows that, he's going to renegotiate his contracts and do things differently because he knows.
Miss Cat.
What?
However you look at it, whether an artist go in there unknowingly or not,
they do go in unknowingly.
Live Nation should not be running like a record label. became the record label for live entertainment. That's what I'm telling you. They were a promotion company that started out like that, but then they end up turning into a record label for live entertainment. Now, when you see that, you will find people like the DOJ, the government, stepping in and saying, whoa there, buddy. They tried to come at, who they tried to come at? They tried to come at Amazon. Was it Amazon they tried to come at like that? Because they said that they were monopolizing everything. They were taking
They are.
that.
Half the people on Amazon aren't making money because they can't promote their own website because they're getting more stuff through Amazon, but Amazon charges them so much that I have friends that are on Amazon. They're like, well, I mean, if I don't work with Amazon, no one's going to know that I exist because they're taking over. And I'm like, and they said in order for them to advertise at the same level as Amazon, they can't afford it because they'd have to go do all these keywords and, you know, it would just be, so they're like, we have to play ball with them or otherwise no one knows about us. And I'm like, well, if more people stop doing Amazon and saying, hey, come over here for $10 less, my product is over here, then.
So they are the Amazon of music, like of live entertainment, Live Nation is. And I think that's what we're seeing here that became a problem where.
But Amazon does have competition though. They've got they've got Walmart, they've got. They do. Walmart competes with Amazon, and who else? What's that other one? Wayfair, and I mean, there's different companies that do similar stuff than Amazon. They just don't have the same type of products on their websites.
Fees, convenience fees, payment processing fees, facility fees, handling fees, shipping fees, ticketing fees. Just pay us because we told you fees. That is the price we pay for their control. So from the venue, right, to the promotion, to the ticketing, to the sales to customers, they control everything. What ends up happening for all of us is we have no choice. We have no effective consumer choice.
You know what's crazy too is that people are canceling like their tours. Because that was something I have a video that I'm getting prepared for that I want to do about. A lot of people are canceling tours because of charges. And
how are they going to make their money though?
That's the point, though. That's the point. They can't because the prices are so fucking high that fans can't even fucking pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. If there's a ticket,
I'm not paying no $300 for no concert when I can just listen to the CD at home for free.
You know what I mean? Like, I could watch you on TV live for $500. I could put that on my fucking bills. You know what I mean? In a sense, compared to your rich people who are going out, you know what I mean? And a lot of rich people aren't, like, think about it. It was top 10, top 12, 10% of America is rich, what we consider rich. And then the ultra rich, that's 1%. So you got 80% of people and top 20% of them are making over six figures. So let's just say that already cancels out 40% of people, damn near 30% of people. So you got 70% Americans that's paycheck to paycheck. You get what I mean?
It's probably more than that.
But I'm just saying, how are they able to really pay for a $500 ticket for them? They're significant other, and then even if it is a Taylor Swift thing, you got people saving up all year to go to a Taylor Swift concert. And payments and shit. You get what I mean? No, don't get me wrong. They go and have a great time.
Disneyland.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. They have a great time. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful event. Like, every dollar's worth it. I get it. Cool. But what I'm saying is, because these price tickets are so freaking high, a lot of musicians or entertainers are canceling tours and running smaller shows.
As they should. Bravo for all the artists that aren't greedy and that actually love the art.
Artists, there's going to be about 20% of artists are going to do direct consumer sales, which I'm already at. But
where they go to private venues and then they make all the money, 100% of the ticket stuff.
Yes. 20% of artists, 20% of major artists will be going direct sales. Pharrell already started. And there's going to be a lot of artists follow right behind him. I think Beyonce is already there. You get what I mean? So why? Because it's enough with the fucking middleman, right? It's enough with the fucking, I'm going to promote, da-da-da-da-da. If I already got 1 million followers that's following me. I don't need you. You know what I mean? Like,
website.
come on, right? You know what I mean? You can promote all year for your concert or your tour that's coming up next year. You can promote the year before for the tour that's coming up next year, and get all your tickets in and tickets. That's how they do it. They promote a year in advance or 6 months in advance. That's how tours are run. Festivals, you can't even submit to a festival unless you're 6 months out. Damn near. Well, I've seen people say 3 months out, or I've seen, submissions at 3 months out. But majority of them, the good ones, are like 6 months to a year out. Festivals start promoting, start getting ready for their next festival soon as the last festival finish. So, right. So those are the things I'm just saying. Like, some artists have to look at if they're gonna go independent, right? If you're gonna get a company to run your shit, then you really have to just sit back and answer the phone when they call, type shit. They got a team that's running back and forth every day. They got a team that's calling, sending emails when you're asleep. See, this, I don't think artists take this in. When we're asleep, you're signed to a label. They got cats running back and forth, flying different places to make connections happen while you're asleep. That's what your money paying for. So you paying for the Live Nation to do all of these different things and blah, 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 to make this show happen for you, even though you're bringing the audience. Now, I don't agree with the 400 tissues and the whole absurd ass, you know what I mean, writers, they call it. We call it writers. If you're a live performer, you know what I'm talking about. A writer. Your writer be all these crazy ass fucking obnoxious shit, right? You know what I mean? That's just way too much, and the average artist don't really need all that shit. From your major artist to your lowest artist, shit, give us some water, some drinks, some fucking weed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Give us some fucking food, but sometimes they'll put other shit on your bill that you didn't even order. You know what I mean? And then that's what a label do. A label do the same thing, Miss Cat. Oh, well, somebody had to pay for the car to come out here. Somebody had to pay for the air that you breathe. Somebody had to pay for da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And that's what they're doing. They're doing the same thing what a label would do. But anyway, that's a whole nother combo.
Well, but here's the thing. Somebody along the way, some artist along the way was a diva and wanted all these things. And they set the standard for everybody. And if you look at it, most artists want to be famous. They want to be known. They want to be treated like they're A-list and all this, instead of just being humble and saying, I'm just honored to be able to perform and let my art be shown. Until people humble themselves, they're always going to be in that, oh, we got to have the best of the best. We have to have a driver. We have to have all these. I mean, goodness, look at these concerts. Sometimes they got fireworks on stage and 150 dancers. Like, we don't need all that. Just sing your song.
Yeah, some people do though, Miss Cat. If we're gonna fair talk to BS, some people do. Some people can't perform without having. They need all the theatrical shit.
That means they suck.
Yeah, I'm just saying though that you gotta.
Artists don't need all that.
I mean, well, no. I can't sit here and say that, Miss Cat. And I'm gonna tell you what. I saw Missy Elliott live, and she had everything that you was talking about. She had the 100 dancers.
Okay, but that's where all the money. That's why these venues are doing this kind of stuff to people, because they're like, hey, you want all this stuff? Then it's a cost. There's a price to pay. The next artist wants the same thing.
Wait. That comes out the artist budget, not the show budget. That's the difference. There's an artist budget, and then there's a show budget, and then you have a tour budget, or you have
all the budgets are overly done. Period. It's overly, like, we don't need to see a light show and people falling from the sky and people flying out into the audience like this. And it's like, stop. Like, we don't need to see horses on chariots and all this stuff. It's like, just sing the song.
Oh, see, Miss Cat, I can't see. That's a whole nother conversation.
Spaces, anyway.
Now you're talking about performance etiquette, right?
It's too much.
That's something that I may have to, like, you know what I mean? We may have to have a whole podcast on with a couple of performance. But me, I do look at, the theatrics play a part of the movie, right? It plays a part of this whole thing.
It's too
kind of brought in sometimes. So, you know, I don't know. Like, I gotta show
the artist flying off the stage onto a zip line in the middle of the thing with fire blowing out of torches and all this stuff. I don't need to see all these demonic costumes and demons coming off the stage. And it's just too much. It's like, just sing your song. Like, we'll watch the video on BET. Like, we don't need to see the video right now. Like, we're here for an intimate moment with our spouse. This is looking like a circus. I'm just saying. Then they want you to sing all the songs. And you're like, okay, wait a minute. Like, are you performing or I'm performing? Come on, sing, sing, sing. And it's like,
that is a mud. That is
sing
quite
a song. Let us sit down and enjoy your art because you don't want to be an atmosphere, right? So then don't become atmosphere because that's what happens. Artists are becoming atmosphere because we're looking at everything else in the song. We're like, oh yeah, that song's okay, but look at this stage. Your art, you're not.
I'm gonna tell you this, Miss Cat. If I'm gonna have 30 strippers on the stage in thongs, I'm gonna have to put them on the stage in thongs, Miss Cat. Hey, I don't mind. I'll be that. See, I'm a drummer, so I don't mind the background. You know what I mean? I don't mind that, and I love it. Hey, cool. I mean, I don't have no problem with it. Hey, man, if y'all want to come see me jump around the stage like fucking ape and see my band go crazy and we go crazy on stage, then cool. Hey, I mean, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? You know. But people, I'm not gonna hold you guys way too long, and I believe y'all kind of see a little bit of perspective. If anything, we just try to give you guys a new perspective. We don't try to change you guys' thinking. We don't try to tell you what to do. Just try to give you a new perspective. Maybe look at some things a little different. People, you gotta have a great time and great life and enjoy, but do not maneuver through this life non-consciously. Some of y'all may not understand that, and if you didn't understand that, we may have to question your IQ levels. Okay, people, Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull.
No, she is a lesbian.
No, she is a lesbian.
Okay, well, it's a great way to start.
Showtime.
I'm about to be like Soulja Boy, drop the Addy.
But to answer your question is when I saw my oldest daughter from behind the felony tank window, I had to grow up.
Hey, look. Hey, what you gonna do when I give you a career?
Oh man, I'm gonna suck you from the back. I'm gonna let you pee in my mouth. It's so different arguing with light-skinned people.
Because I want to be relatable and relational to be able to help somebody else overcome themselves.
See, he walks with no